Once, there was a quiet village named Whispering Woods, and there was a vast and beautiful forest very close to the village. And that forest had a great secret that was known only by the people of this village. Do you want to know the secret? It was said that deep in the heart of the forest there lay a magical pond known as Echo Lake, and the villagers believed that if you listened closely to the sound of the water would reveal a secret meant just for you. Some people claimed they heard laughter, and few people said they heard songs. Few more people of the village even claimed they heard the voices of long lost friends. But no one knew whether all that information was true for sure, because none of the villagers had been brave enough to venture to the pond in many years, because all the stories they shared were from their grannies. In the same village, there lived a curious boy named Leo. Leo was known for having the biggest imagination, and his ears were always ready for listening to secrets. He loved listening to stories, especially the stories about the Echo Lake. Every night, he would sit by the fireplace at the center of the village, listening to the elders as they told tales of the magical pond. One evening, after hearing another one of those stories, Leo decided he could not wait any longer. "I'm going to find Echo Lake," he announced to his pet dog Lucky. Lucky raised an alarming sound. "Are you sure about this, Leo? The forest is big and scary." But Leo had already made up his mind. The next morning, he grabbed his backpack, filled it with snacks, and set off into the forest, Whispering Woods. Lucky was a bit afraid, but not wanting to be left behind, he joined with Leo. As they started walking into the forest, they could realize how dense the forest was, as there were so many trees very close to each other, and the entire forest was filled with sounds like birds chirping, leaves rustling, and the wind whispering through the trees. But Leo does not seem to be interested in any of these sounds. He went on until he could hear the sound of the water he was hoping to hear. As they walked for a really long distance, the water he bought from home was already over. Now Leo and Lucky were desperately searching for water in the forest. Suddenly, Lucky stumbled upon a sparkling stream. Immediately, Leo and Lucky knelt down to drink. As they did, Leo heard something strange. Plip, plop, plip, plop. Did you hear that? Leo asked Lucky, his eyes wide with excitement. Lucky nodded, his tiny paws trembling. "It sounds like someone's dropping stones in the water." They followed the sound, pushing past bushes and stepping over logs deeper and deeper into the forest. The sound grew louder, turning into a gentle melody. "Whoosh, whisper, whoosh, whisper." "This might be it," Leo whispered, his heart racing. And finally, they reached a clearing, and there it was, Echo Lake, shining like a giant diamond under the sunlight. The water was so clear that they could see all the pebbles at the bottom. But what caught Leo's attention was the sound. It was unlike anything he had ever heard. The water seemed to sing a soft, soothing song. Leo sat down by the edge, closed his eyes, and listened. The sound of the water grew clearer, like a voice speaking just to him. "Leo, Leo, follow the ripples, Follow the ripples. Leo opened his eyes in surprise. Did you hear that, Lucky? The water knows my name. Lucky, however, was too busy to notice, as he was looking for some food nearby. Leo leaned closer to the water, watching it more closely. He noticed tiny ripples dancing across the surface, leading to the center of the pond, where a small island stood. I think we're supposed to go there, Leo said, pointing to the island. But how? Lucky barked. Leo searched around and found an old wooden boat tied to a nearby tree. He climbed in with Lucky reluctantly hopping around. As they rowed towards the island, the sound of the water grew louder, almost like laughter. When they reached the island, they discovered something incredible. A stone statue of a smiling woman holding a jug. Water poured endlessly from the jug, filling the air with that mysterious sound. Leo was mesmerized by seeing the woman in the statue. He placed his ear close to the flowing water and heard a voice. Thank you for listening, young one. I am Neria, the guardian of Echo Lake. Many years ago, I was turned into a stone by a sorcerer who wanted to silence the secrets of this lake. Only those with the purest heart and curiosity can hear my voice. And you, Leo, you are the first in many years. Leo's eyes widened and he asked the woman, Is there a way to free you? Neria's voice continued, Yes, but it requires a single drop of courage and a sprinkle of kindness. Look into the water and find the answer within yourself. Leo was puzzled, but he was a determined child and he badly wanted to free Neria. He dipped his hand into the pond and felt a warmth spreading through his fingers. He closed his eyes, thinking of all the kindness he had ever shown and the courage it took to journey this far. When he opened his eyes, a single glowing drop of water sat in his palm. He poured it over the statue, and with a flash of light, the stone began to crack. Moments later, a beautiful woman with flowing hair and sparkling eyes stood before him, free at last. Thank you, Leo, said Neria, her voice now clear and kind. As a reward for your bravery and kindness, I will give you a gift. She waved her hand and the water around the lake began to shimmer and glow. From now on, whenever you listen to the sound of water, you will hear the secrets and stories of the world. Leo and Lucky were thrilled. That's amazing! I will never get bored again, Leo exclaimed. Neria smiled. Remember, Leo, the water speaks differently to everyone. Use this gift wisely and always be kind and gentle to everyone. With that, Neria vanished into the water, leaving behind a gentle ripple that echoed in the air. Leo returned to the village, a hero in the eyes of the villagers. He was then known as the boy who could hear the water. People would come from far and wide to hear him tell stories of secrets he learned from streams, rivers, and even raindrops. Even after he grew up, Leo never forgot Echo Lake and the adventure that started it all. Every now and then, he would visit the pond, sit quietly and listen, always excited to hear what new secrets the water had to share. And so, the sound of water became a source of endless wonder, not just for Leo, but for everyone who believed in the magic of listening. I hope you all like this story. If yes, please drop us comment. I will meet you soon with another exciting tale. Until then, bye bye.